Oh, okay. I think it's working. Alright. Hey guys, I'm going to give this a second for some people to hop on. I want to make sure I have a good connection too. It kind of gave me a weird little error. Hey Vicky, can you hear me okay? Hi. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Obviously, I'll just leave this on the page for replay because I didn't give you guys any notice that I was coming on in here. But I was just thinking about some things today, and I have a little story that I wanted to share with you guys. Not very many people have ever heard this story. I've probably shared it maybe at a few locals, but not even really, I don't know the full extent of the whole story, if that was ever shared. But it only seems appropriate as we have people heading to Vegas already. We've got some people going early to kind of talk about this. So a number one, about 4 years ago on this day, I was in Las Vegas, and I'll tell you what, the weather was crazy. It was my very, very first lifestyle getaway. There's kind of a story in that in itself. We had that qualification basically started, or I joined this business smack dab in the middle of that qualification. So it was kind of like, okay, Maria, if you're going to go on this very first lifestyle getaway that this company is ever going to have, then you've got to at least go 12K your first 30 days. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I remember telling Tony, I was like, you are crazy if you think I can do, you know, $12,000 in online orders in 30 days. And I just remember her having so much faith in me. I know a lot of you guys have heard this part of the story. There's more to it. But I just remember her having so much faith in me, but it wasn't necessarily that she had faith in me. She had faith in the product. She had faith in me being able to share my excitement with other people, and those other people being able to benefit from what our company gives them. You know, giving all those customers free Thrive just by referring to friends. You know, all of my friends that had said yes from the promoter aspect, them actually being able to, you know, earn up to $660 on their first $800 in orders. And Tony had been with this business long enough that she had seen how quickly things could grow. So really, you know, in that first few weeks, first month, for sure, I really ran on just a lot of adrenaline with my excitement, and a lot of her borrowed confidence, if that makes sense. You know, but I didn't know everything about this business. I didn't really know what all was ahead for me as far as a future with this company. But what I did know was that I had found something that had me feeling better than I had in years. And I knew I had a lot of people in my life that needed this. So that's really kind of, you know, where that all started. It ended up where I did qualify for that very first lifestyle getaway. And there are a few little pictures that still float around. I think that we thought there were about 60 to maybe 70 people at that very first event. And, you know, there's so much, just obviously so much time, or, you know, 4 years has passed and it's been a whirlwind. And there have been so many incredible things that have happened to Ralph and I in this journey over the last 4 years. But that very first lifestyle getaway, it's like kind of forever ingrained into my memory. But I want to just kind of talk about that for a little bit. So, you know, the company calls these lifestyle getaways. Why do they do that? So, you know, the whole base, you know, our company tagline is helping others live a life that they deserve, right? We do that through, you know, nutrition. I mean, number one, that is our avenue. That is the vehicle that is helping us, you know, reach other people and help them live a life that they deserve, right? But there's other things that obviously this company was very passionate about it, and it it was not just being #1 in the health and wellness industry, but it was also to create options for families from that financial aspect. So, you know, the trips that you guys can qualify for are lifestyle getaways, meaning it's introducing you to a lifestyle that is available to you when you are financially free. And, you know, it's no secret that, you know, working 40 hours a week, you know, for someone else and, you know, being in the whole, you spend what you make, that you're kind of limited, you know. Before Thrive ever came into our lives, you guys have probably heard me talk about this before, you know, I might not have had a brand new piece of furniture in my home, but I definitely would spend money on vacation for our family. I've always been huge on making memories. My background is a speech pathologist. I can't even tell you how many households I would go into, and I would be treating the patient, but the family member would say, well, we were gonna do this and we were gonna do that. And that life happened. You know, there was a significant event that happened, you know, and when I worked in home health, guys, I typically worked with a lot of Alzheimer's and dementia patients, stroke, traumatic brain injury, like that's kind of the area of expertise that I was in. So a very obviously significant event had happened to those people that had brought me into their home. And I just remember, you know, that was in my early 20s thinking, well, no, it was in my late 20s, but me going, you know, nothing is guaranteed. Like I knew I needed to live. I knew I wanted to make memories. We couldn't necessarily afford it. So, you know, we might, you know, go on a cruise, but then we, you know, or we book the cruise and pay it out, or we would put it on a credit card and probably pay it off with half of the Lavelle money that came along later, you know. I told you guys we were in a lot of debt. But it was important for me to make memories with our family. Okay, that's just kind of always been something that's been a priority to me. But Lavelle as a company, these lifestyle getaways, guys, are designed to introduce you to a life that is available to you when you are financially free. You know, when you've been able to utilize the opportunity that you've been given to, you know, get your family out of debt, to, you know, eliminate those financial stresses. And oh my goodness, that first getaway, we were wined and dined. We stayed at the Palazzo, which is in Las Vegas. It is, it's connected to the Venetian, I think. And I'd been to Vegas before, but I'd never stayed in, you know, anything even quite as nice. I don't even know that, I guess I'd maybe walked through the Venetian before. But we stayed at the Palazzo. It was incredible. It was this beautiful room and this suite, and I was just in awe. Like, and of course, we had just, this was in February of 2014, so literally my team had just gone 200K the month before. We had hit 200K about halfway through the month, and then closed out, well, I think around the 20th of the month, and then closed out that month with like 387,000 in online orders. So I hadn't slept a whole lot before that first Vegas trip. It's kind of funny because when I look back at those pictures, I'm like, I look like I haven't slept in like 90 days, which I probably hadn't. And it wasn't because, it was because I was literally running off of adrenaline. I'd found something incredible, and I was building a business, and I was working full time, and my team was on a roll. And, you know, here I was 2 months before just going, oh yeah, I need to run after those bonuses and, you know, pay for Christmas. And then it turned into, holy moly, like I just qualified for a car. And then it just kind of grew and grew and grew. And so all of that was such a whirlwind for me. But it was beautiful. It was amazing. They had tickets for us to see O. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. And then it was time to come home. Oh, no, wait. Okay, so then the last night, we actually went and ate, Ralph and I did, at a really nice restaurant. Ralph thinks it was cut. We need to look and see, but it was in that Palazzo Venetian area. And, you know, it was like the fancy little sit-down steak meal where, you know, they even push the table to you. I mean, it was snazzy. Definitely the fanciest dinner I'd ever eaten, right? So, it's time to come home, and the weather was crappy, as it always is in February, and we couldn't get back to San Angelo. There were no flights. I think we had actually gone, no, I think we had been notified that we couldn't get home while we were still at the Palazzo. Okay, so, you know, I'm looking at him, and I get online, and obviously we're not going to be able to fly home, and the trip is over, so like it's not Lavelle's responsibility to pay for me to stay in Vegas on their dime, right? I remember pulling up, you know, the costs of the room at the Palazzo. I'm like, we can't afford to stay here. Like you know, before Lavelle, you guys have kind of heard that story. I mean, we were definitely paycheck to paycheck. I literally, I mean, every weekly reward after, I need to turn this around. Can y'all see that it says believe? Oh, if I leave it like that, you can see it. Every weekly reward after Christmas, I mean, I was applying that towards debt. So, basically the whole month of January, all that was being applied towards debt. So, I mean, we didn't have, you know, extra money in the bank account, and we had never paid over $300 a night for a room. And honestly, I was kind of like, well, that's just stupid for us to even, you know, consider that, right? So, I look out the window, and across the way is Treasure Island. Okay. So I did some quick calculations, I looked up real quickly. I just put in some dates. So at the Palazzo, the rooms are between $300 and $389 a night right now. Like I plugged it into my phone before I came on live. Treasure Island, $118. Okay. I'm thinking, well, I'm like, well, it's just right there. Let's just walk across the street. We'll take our luggage and just walk across the street. You know, we'll stay at Treasure Island. So I don't know if any of you have ever been to Treasure Island. But let me just tell you, Treasure Island is very different from the Palazzo Hotel. Okay. It's not even probably called a hotel. It's like Palazzo Resort and Casino. I don't know. But we walk in, and there is this smell of cheap suntan lotion. It's like, you know how all of the Vegas hotels have some sort of theme or so? Oh, no. So Treasure Island is, you guys should just go walk through there. It smells like cheap suntan lotion. We checked in, and I'm like, no, it's going to be fine. I mean, it's just the experience, right? Literally there's like that smell coming through the vents. And with our room, they gave us a buffet voucher. I'm like, this is great. Like we don't even have to worry about paying for lunch today. This is perfect. So we, I don't even remember if we had gone to our room first or not. Maybe we had, and then maybe took our luggage to the room and then came back downstairs. But we get in the buffet line, okay? So, we get in the buffet line, and some guy is like legit, like throwing a fit over the food. Like, I don't know. And we're just kind of like, maybe this guy's just being a jerk. Like, it can't be that bad. It cannot be that bad, right? So we still stand in line. Because, I mean, I guess everybody that stays at the Treasure Island, they go in and they do the buffet. I don't know. Like, it was a forever long line. So, now granted, I just told you about the meal we ate the night before, right? So we go in, and I don't even remember what we put on the plate. Like, it's not like it was terrible food or anything. But I just remember sitting down, you know, everybody else with Lavelle is already on their way. It's just Ralph and I. and in this restaurant with like all these people going everywhere. It was super crowded, and we're sitting across from each other, and I just look at him and I'm like, I want that life. I don't want this life. I want that life. And I just kind of remember him looking at me, but y'all, I was serious. Now, let me set you straight. I don't have to be wined and dined all the time, okay? My San Angelo friends will vouch for me. I'm in workout clothes most of the time, no makeup around town, hair and something on my head. It wasn't the, how do I say it? It was the experience, and it was I didn't have to settle over there. Like, over there, it was nice. And over here, I had to pick this because it was what we could afford. And I just remember thinking, I am not done. I mean, we literally had just scratched the surface. Like, I just told you guys, we had just gone 200K. Like, literally, I mean, I probably, by then, it was February 7th. I mean, I was there on my birthday. So, maybe had gotten 200K paychecks. And I just remember thinking, I want that life. I want, when we go somewhere, I want to stay somewhere nice. I want to go to a nice dinner. I don't want to be forced to do the buffet. I don't want to have to stress out if we get stranded somewhere as to how we're going to afford it. I don't know, y'all, it hit me. And I know I've heard from a lot of you guys, as far as lifestyle getaways, like a lot of people that have been on these trips have never been on a plane, and Lavelle's sending them on a plane to Cancun or Cabo, you know, I mean, there's probably people that are going to Vegas, you know, in the next 48 hours that have never been on a plane, and they're going for the first time. Stay at the Wynn. I mean, hello, which is an incredible, is a luxury hotel, guys. But I want you guys to, there's always a bigger reason for everything that happens here. They don't just send you on trips to send you on a trip. It's introducing you to a better way of life. Being able to go and make memories, I mean, you can't put a price tag on that stuff. And I don't know, it's just, we've had so many incredible memories. We've taken so many trips. I mean, I'm seriously looking at my shelves right now in my office. It's all pictures of us on different trips together and just doing life together. But I want, there's a lot of you that aren't going to be in Vegas. But will you be with us on the next time? Let me talk to you about this, okay? So we know we have New Orleans coming up in April, okay? And that is basically the biggest weekend of our entire year. It is where leaders are made, bottom line. It is where you walk in the door. Before you ever even walk in the door, there's energy that is surrounding you. There is silence in a room full of 30,000 people. And people are literally just being fed, you know? I mean, they're able to take in and learn. And it doesn't matter what rank you're at. I mean, guys, I have notebooks that are filled to this day with the golden nuggets that I have gotten from the leaders that are in this company, leaders that are on my team that are just absolutely incredible. And it truly is the biggest weekend of the entire year that will set your business apart. If you get there, if you soak it all up, and then you take and you apply everything that you've learned. Are you making a commitment to be a part of that? Next, I was able to watch an interview with a friend who is in this industry, and she's not with this company. She had actually joined another company before I joined Le-Vel and had had a lot of success there, and she is very much so vested, and I'm so proud of her. I mean, there's no way she's going anywhere else. I'm so proud of her. And one of the questions that she was asked in her interview, you know, what sets her apart from everyone else? I mean, there were people that had come into that company before her. There were people that had come in at the same time. They had the same everything. Why did she grow so much faster? And, you know, it's kind of funny because I'll be honest with you. I think I've actually discredited myself some as far as this journey is concerned, because you know, a lot of times, you know, I'll say, well, I don't have anything special that anyone else doesn't have. I mean, I've told you guys that a lot. But it's really hit me lately in my personal development. I have something that there's a small percentage of you have. And that is that, by God, I am going to make this happen. It's that burning in your belly, fire in your soul, passion like crazy, that stomp your foot, I will not settle, that I will not let someone else slow me down. I will not let someone pour cold water on my fire. That holy moly, this is my shot and I will make something of it. I will not take advantage of this opportunity. I will work this business every single day. I will not just sit around and collect a paycheck. Guys, a lot of you probably think that. You probably think, I joined this company when it opened its doors. Nope. Well, there are no doors to open. When it opened orders, nope. There was a lot of people that came into this company before me. There are people that have come into this company after me that grew faster than I did. But at the end of the day, what separates, it's kind of like that video I talked to you guys about, you know, the 8 from the 12. What separates that person, you know, the person that comes in and just inches along and the person that comes in and just runs? What is it? What's different? I mean, there's a fire in your belly. It's a, I will not stop. I am committed. I want a better life. I want options. I've just gotten a taste of it. I want more of it. I mean, are you at 12K? Have you gone and sat in a luxury vehicle? Have you bought the daggone thing? Like, I mean, once you drive that, I mean, and honestly, it's, I don't know. Luxury, it's nice. It is nice to have a nice car, okay? I still, to this day, have never been super driven by a fancy car. I am driven by safety and the fact that I don't have to pay for it. I mean, that's a big deal for me, but it's nice to drive a nice car, okay? What you guys have to figure out, what is it when you see that other side, when you see that person in your area that's 12K, that's driving that car? Do you go home and, you know, look at your husband in the eye or look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I want that life, not this one. I want that one. And then do you go from, I see that, I want that, so I have to go get that? See, that's what it takes here, is it takes a, I mean, I don't know how much better we can paint the picture of what is available to you guys. I mean, you follow us in real life. Like, you know that we are all just a bunch of average, ordinary people that have seized a lifetime of an opportunity within the lifetime of that opportunity, right? And you've seen the changes that we've been able to make. You've got to see it. You've got to experience it. And then you've got to be hell-bent on, oh, I will make that happen. Like, I will make that happen. And I will lock arms with people that are also making that happen. And I will not be distracted. My focus is crystal clear. I will get out of my own way. I'm not going to worry if the moms don't speak to me at school pickup. I'm talking to some of you right now. Hey, they do this stuff to me, they're doing it to you. A life where you feel good every day, you don't have things holding you back physically, and you don't have to stress out over the daggum electric bill. You don't even, I mean, imagine what it would be like if you're like, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday, it's payday. Like, y'all, I remember, Ralph and I worked in the schools. I was a speech therapist in the schools. Ralph was a teacher and a coach. We got paid once a month, and I think we made like, I don't know, when we first got married, we made like $65,000 a year. Okay, there was always a lot more month left at the end of the money. A lot. We were dying for payday. I mean, it was the 25th. It's like, oh my gosh, can we stretch that? When is the 25th? When is the 25th? You know, around here, there's people that forget that it's Tuesday and Tuesday's payday because they feel like they just got paid yesterday. Because it's not a bottomless pit. Like, they've created a residual income that pays them while they sleep. They've used their funds wisely to get their family out of debt. So it's not so much of a stress all the time. And when crazy things happen, you know, I mean, we've already heard some travel situations, you know, when crazy things happen and your plane, you know, your flight gets canceled, or, you know, you miss this or you miss this and you got to book again, or you got to stay a night here or extra meal here or whatever. It's no sweat. Like, no sweat. We got it. It's a good thing, you know? That's good stuff. So, I don't know. I had to share the whole Treasure Island thing with you. I am sure it is a fun hotel if you've never experienced the Palazzo. That's where I'm gonna leave that one. I might want to go back to Treasure Island for old time's sake, just as a reminder of just that moment where I said, like, I don't just want to be stuck. I know that may sound shallow to some of you guys. Don't take it in a shallow way. Take it in a, come on, this is real life, you know? Is somebody really going to say they don't want a Lexus? They'd rather drive, I don't know. I mean, a lot of times we say we don't want that stuff because we haven't experienced it or because we don't believe it is for us. But if there's one thing that this company has proven, it's that what they have here is for all of you. It's just a decision. And you know what I love? My life has been, I could write a book as to how thankful I am for grace. Because I have failed plenty of times. I have been super, super broken plenty of times. I have got myself in one heck of a mess plenty of times. But it's not over. And when you're the one that gets yourself in the mess, you're also the one that can get yourself out of the mess. And what we have here, they just keep showing you, hey, it's not too late yet. It's not too late. We still don't have everybody thriving. You don't go to the grocery store, everybody wearing a DFT. You're not walking into church Sunday morning, everybody wearing a DFT. You're not going to parent, teacher, whatever, luncheon, everybody wearing a DFT. It hadn't happened yet. We're literally still in those infancy stages of a $1 billion global brand doing incredible things. Who knows what the announcements are that are coming in the next few weeks? Who knows where 2018 is going to take this company? It's taking this company incredible places. You have got to look yourself in the mirror and say, this company is taking me and my family to amazing places in 2018. I could go on and on. There's a million bajillion things running through my mind, but I've kept you guys too long. Thank you guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. If y'all walk in Treasure Island, take a selfie. And then, you know what? You can say it too. Not this life. I want that one. All right. Bye, guys. See you later. Oh, yes. March 7th. Yes, I have a huge New England tour coming up in March. So we're going to be hitting Connecticut. Where am I going? Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Vermont. Cannot wait. That is going to be so much fun. So super excited to meet you, Melissa. So much fun. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.